Good morning. Time to make the coffee. This morning it's a very chilly 16 degrees. Brr, too cold for this girl. But it is sunny. That's a good thing. I always try to look for something positive in whatever situation I'm in. Sometimes it's a little harder than other times. We're going to be a little bit on a warming trend. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 40, and then 50 something, and then it's going to get back into the 30s. So every day we have that's nice and warm for this time of the year, I'm always thankful for. I'm going to try and make my stuffed peppers today. Yesterday I cooked the TVP and rice, so it shouldn't take any time at all to put them in a pot or in a baking dish. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to cook them, and it'll be enough to freeze too. So I'll have a few extra meals in the freezer for times when I can't cook or don't want to cook. It's always welcome. So I'm very happy that I got my Christmas tree taken down, and I'll have to show you guys the huge plant I put in its place. It's a bird of paradise that I bought at Lowe's 2 or 3 years ago, and it was a small plant, maybe in a 6 or 8 inch pot. And you should see what it turned into. Holy moly. Well, anyway, today's coffee is chocolate raspberry. So yummy for that. I decided today's a day where I'm going to drink coffee that I really, really like. Every now and then I throw in there a coffee pod that isn't my favorite, but it's okay. So cheers. This coffee even smells delightful. So anyway, in a little bit, we'll take a look in the refrigerator and see what adventures in food I can find in there for breakfast. Well, I need to quit saying breakfast because it's either brunch or lunch or dinner. But it's a habit, so if I say breakfast, I really mean brunch. And then I'll see if I can do a little bit of cleanup here and there and start getting things back in order. The holidays took up a lot of time with cookie making and doing some shopping for gifts and decorating. And I do enjoy it, but then I'm always glad when it's over and we can look forward to this year. So what I want to do this year is to start accumulating gifts much earlier in the year, like starting now. I'm not going to be shopping, but if I see something that I think somebody might like, I'll pick it up and wrap it up. Because I have birthdays too. I have 5 grandchildren, 3 children, and my mom. So lots of gifts to buy. And even though I'm keeping it simple, I like to acknowledge somebody's special day and the holidays. All right, well, I will be back after I enjoy this delightful cup of coffee, and we'll take a look in my fridge. All right, here is my monster plant. It's really big, and I have 10-foot ceilings, so there it is. And when it started out, it was about this big. So there it is. I should give it a name. I hope it likes it here. It's been growing up in one of the bedrooms, but I thought it might look nice back down here in the boho mode. All right, I'll be back in a little bit. All right, let's take a look in my fridge. This is my family. All my loved ones are on this refrigerator, and it gives me great pleasure to look at their smiling faces every single morning. I know, it looks a bit cluttered, but that's all right. I'd rather have it look cluttered and get pleasure out of something than have everything bare and feel like I don't have anything. And then, of course, we have pictures over here. This is my mom and dad many years ago. My dad was a good guy. He could fix anything. And I miss him. We all miss him. My kids were very close to him. Unfortunately, he only lived long enough to meet one of his great-grandchildren, but I know he'd be very proud of them. And this is my dad with my daughter Joy. And this is one of my paintings on a business card from when I used to have my little online business. All right, let's look in the fridge. Oh, lots and lots of food in here. I still have this seitan that I need to cook up something with. I was thinking of putting it in like a savory stew, something along those lines. I don't know yet because I have potatoes. I don't have carrots. Oh, we'll see. Anyway, for breakfast, I still have 3 eggs. That's a possibility. I have lots of cheese. Still have a little vegan lunch meat. This is the TVP I cooked yesterday. I still have eggs. I have soup that I need to eat. This is my rice. That was good with the rice yesterday. A couple pieces of homemade bread, and last time I was in my outdoor freezer, I actually found about 1/4 of a loaf of Walmart bread that I'll be getting out when this is gone. I have the yogurt, and then down here I still have a couple of salads, this head of cabbage, and these nice peppers that I got on Flash Foods. So I have 3 of those. So today I want to make something with those, either today or tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see what the day brings. And then down here I still have oranges and apples, some tofu. That'll hang in there a while yet. So, okay, I don't know, for breakfast, I don't know, I might have an orange. We'll get back to that. And I'm not quite ready for brunch yet. So, I don't know, I'll meet you at the stove when I decide what I'm having for my meals. But those are my ingredients and things that I can cook up. I also have this oat milk that I could make some oatmeal with. So that sounds good. Maybe I'll have that. Okay, I will meet you at the stove. All right, I have had this little storage shelf in my garage now for years, and I'm trying to incorporate that. I wanted to get a bigger kitchen island for here because it extends my counter space since I don't have a whole lot of it. Really only this little area, and then I can put a board on top of here. But I wanted a little extra storage over here. So I'm trying to figure out how I can incorporate this little storage unit with this one that's lived here for a long time. So that's what I'm trying to do today. Just working on my kitchen a little bit. Trying to make order and get it neat and using what I have. Now when this was in the garage, I just stored miscellaneous things on there. So those can find a new home. But I'll see what I can do. And these both fold up and down. But I have to be able to get to this cupboard behind there. So I need something easy to roll around so I can get in that cupboard, because I have some small appliances in there that I use quite a bit. So alright, I'll see if I can get this figured out today. And using what I have, I don't want to spend a couple $100 on a new kitchen cart if I don't have to. Well, I got this all put together, and I found these little baskets in my stash. They've been floating around here for a while. I didn't know what to do with them, but I liked them, so I kept them. And I know I have a third one for down there. I just have to find it. It's probably being used for something else, but anyway, now I have an extra storage drawer. I can pull this out. It's easy to pull out when I need to get to my cupboard. I've got a Lazy Susan here, so if I want to store more things on here, I can do that. So now I've expanded my counter space quite a bit, and this goes up to, there's my little Christmas gnome from Lori at Creative Lori. Thanks again. I'm just going to leave this up because it cheers me up. Alright, so I have that for counter space. This little bit here is really kind of, I just put my Instant Pot there when I'm cooking with it. And I keep my filming stuff here when I film. So I also have this as counter space, and this I can move over here and expand my counter space when I'm prepping. And then I have this board here that I can also utilize. And then when I'm not prepping, I have a drain basket here. So works out really well. I'm happy with my little redo here. And then I also have a stool here that I need to fix because it's kind of rickety. But I use that when my back is starting to bother me. And then another thing that I can do is I can pull out this drawer and put another board here if it's not anything too heavy. Then I can sit and do more prepping. So I'm happy with my little arrangement here. I'm happy I got the aha moment this morning when I thought, I bet that little cabinet would fit under there, and it does. Alright, so a little extra storage space, and I just love my open pantry. I know some of you might think it's a little cluttered, but I love it because I work a lot in my kitchen. Alright, there we have it. I'll be back with my brunch in a few minutes. Well, I had this spice rack, and it's square, and I like it. I like the way it looks, but the problem is you have to put it away from the wall because of the corners. And I had it over here in between these two, and it didn't work out that well because I always had to pull these off the shelf and, just to get to the spices. So now I can utilize these and they actually turn. So this works out much better. So this spice rack has to go, but I'm keeping the spices. And I discovered they fit perfectly in this little drawer. So I'm going to put all of these in the drawer. I have to label them all because the labels are on the lids. But so I'm going to have a spice drawer, and I've always wanted a spice drawer. And then what doesn't fit in here is going to go in this basket on the top. So that'll be perfect. So I'll show it to you once I get it done. I'm always trying to think of ways that I can utilize what I have and make it more functional than what it is. All right, so I'll be back once I get this done. Okay, so here we go. I've got all my spices in here. And I actually need 2 hands. This is a really kind of flimsy little cart, but it works great. So I have all my spices in here from the square roundy round. From the roundy round, that's not round, it's square. From the square, whatever. Anyway, I've got that in there. And now I can get to the cupboard if I roll this out. And in here I have my egg cooker and some of the little dash cookers. So that works well. All I have to do is slide this out, and then this slides right in there. Awesome. Then here in this basket, I put the rest of the spices and a few out of my cupboard, and that fits right there. And I also fixed my rickety stool. So there we go. Those are my projects for today. And there it is. Oh, I'm so happy. I can put all my spices in there and whatever else comes into my head. You never know what that'll be. And also now I can utilize these. Now these are roundy rounds for all my spices. And there we go. All right, I feel like I accomplished something today. All right, now I'm going to eat some brunch because I'm really hungry. Okay, well, this morning I decided I was going to have a couple of these potato cakes. I really like those. And a couple of eggs. And that will be my breakfast. And I'm hungry, so I'm having 2. So I'm very excited about my kitchen redo. And once I live with it for a little bit, I hope it will be as functional as I think it will be. Now I know I have to pull it out in order to open my oven door, but I don't use my oven that often. So, and it's not a big deal to pull it out. It's really easy. So it's a place where I can keep my extra spices, or I could put some towels in there, whatever I want. So I'm going to season my eggs with a little bit of this sriracha salt. Whoa, well, a lot of the sriracha salt. And that's not very spicy. And a little bit of pepper. And I hope my eggs aren't too salty. They probably will be, but I'll eat them anyway. All right, I'm going to cook these and I'll be back. Okay, here's what's for brunch today. It's 1 o'clock, so I'm hungry. Just 2 eggs, 2 potato patties, and an apple. All All right, I'll be back later, who knows with what, and we'll see if I get anything else done today. For a cup of tea. Cheers. Today, again, I have the turmeric, ginger, but I also added some licorice powder to it because licorice powder is good for the digestion, but you have to be careful not to take too much because it can also increase your blood pressure. So, I was sitting here this morning and I thought, I'm just going to look on Amazon and see if I can find a kitchen island. So some of the ones that I wanted, I mean, you can spend $1,000 plus on a kitchen island, but some of the ones I looked at, it's like you put it together yourself and it's kind of cheaper wood, it's press board. But so I was just looking, and I really had not planned to do this little kitchen redo, but all of a sudden I got this light bulb aha moment, and I thought, you've got that little tiny cart that's been in the garage for years. I wonder if it would fit in that little corner. So I measured, and then the cart I already have there, it had, it was actually a DIY that we put the boards on top, glued another board on, because I wanted it level with the counter. And then I wanted the fold up feature. So those boards I bought, and then we put those on. And then kind of made a makeshift thing out of wood to keep it up. I know, I'm not explaining this very well. Anyway, the cart that was already there had a lot of DIY done to it. But I'm always looking for more storage and more counter space because, especially in a kitchen, if you have a functional kitchen that you use a lot, you always need some space. So anyway, I measured, and it fits perfect. It suits my purpose, and the bonus was that I got the little spice drawer where the square spice jars fit perfectly. So, and I've always wanted a little spice drawer, but I really didn't have a place for it. So anyway, that's how that came about. So anyway, before you get rid of something, see if you can't repurpose it in your kitchen or maybe in your craft room, in your bedroom. And I like things that look aesthetically pleasing. I don't like a lot of random boxes piled up in the rooms. Not that I don't have that going on, but I need to declutter, and that's my mission. But sometimes when you start pulling things out, that's what happens. And then you end up with excess that you really don't want anymore that you need to get rid of. So I'm always trying to repurpose things, refurbish things, and I was just really happy that I hadn't gotten rid of that little cart. I mean, it was useful in the garage, and but it's more useful now, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out, and it didn't cost me anything. So now it's almost 2 o'clock, and like between 2 and 3 is the time where I start losing my mojo, my energy. And then it's like I wander around aimlessly, trying to get things done, but it gets to a point where it just isn't working too well anymore. So then I just might as well stop and relax and find something low energy to do. So I'm going to look through some papers on my kitchen table. I'm going to start that new cookbook in this binder that I got at the Dollar Tree. Put in these, make holes, put those in. I have some papers I printed to go into the garden book. So some of the things I like to repurpose my plants. Sometimes I move those around, and that's why I have that monster bird of paradise in my living room now. After I took the Christmas tree down, I thought that would be perfect for there. So I got that. I like to repurpose baskets. I like to repurpose containers. Let's see. I like to repurpose notebooks and just random things around my house that kind of float around from here to there, and eventually I find a use for them. So take a look around your house, and if you have a need in a certain area, see if you can't get an aha moment and, put what you have already to good use. You don't always have to run out and spend more money and buy more things, because that doesn't help. This is also the time of day where they start looking out the window. Nap time was over, and now it's time to go on high alert. All right, well, I don't want to talk too much today because this video is going to get too long. So I will be back at dinner time unless I find another brilliant something in my home that I want to repurpose, but I'm not thinking there's going to be too much because I'm kind of tired now. All right, I'll be back with dinner in a little bit. Well, today just flew by, and now it's dinner time, and I'm going to finish up the salad I made because it's not going to go another day. So I have 2 hard-boiled eggs on here, and there. And I'm also going to add some of these bacon bits. And these were from Ollie's, $3.49. I think that's a good deal for such a big container, and they are vegan. Only plant-based things in there. I'm not sure if it says that here or not. I thought it did. Gluten-free and vegan-friendly. And this is Flavor Mate. So I'm going to put those in. I still have a little bit of these crispy beets, and I'm trying to use up all my salad fixings, what I have left. So these were good. So I'm going to, I don't need that many salad fixings anymore. I'll buy some, but I don't need a ton. I used to have a whole little plastic drawer full. Now I'm going to add these crispy onions. And this is going to be a pretty hearty salad. No, you guys already had some salad. I gave you a whole bunch. I gave you a whole bunch of salad. I gave them like half a mason jar full, and they enjoyed it. And these are just croutons. I think I got these at, oops. All right, now everybody needs one. There's one for you, one for you, one for you. Oh, Chloe. She's got a sniffer for an hour. I think one went under the stove. I'll have to check that out later. Okay, so there's a little bit of these left, a little bit of these, and croutons. Croutons I like. I'll get more croutons. And then I'm going to add some of this cheese. And this salad will definitely fill me up. All right. I think that looks delicious. And I'm going to put some of this Italian 3 cheese on there as my dressing. And I really don't need anything else. If I'm still hungry, I can have some soup, but I know I'm not going to be hungry after this. All right, so there we go, a big huge salad. And I'm going to enjoy this. All right, well, it was a productive day, and I'm very happy about my little cart. So I'm done for the day, and I cut my hair, gave it a little trim. It was getting pretty flat, so I trimmed it up a little bit, and I like it better. Put some more layers in it. I have a couple of videos on here somewhere of me cutting my hair. So, but I do it a little different each time. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.